In this video, we're going to cover how to make realistic cliff scatter terrain for D&D or Wargaming. Welcome to Narv Makes, a place where we can build anything and everything. Step 1 is getting a base. Great options are MDF or double corrugated cardboard. Find that you can go around on garbage day and look for old furniture or dig around your recycle bin. I'm choosing MDF here. It's easy enough to work with, it's cheap, and I can bevel the edges to get a nice clean transition. Off camera, I did cut these out on a jigsaw before trimming the edges, but you can absolutely do this with just a utility knife. Step 2 is setting up how you want your hills and cliffs to look. There's no right or wrong answer here. I've literally just been cutting out shapes and sticking them down, trying to get some natural looking terrain. I would advise using XPS Foam here, you know, the kind you get at North American hardware stores. Packaging foam can work, but you will need to do a lot of work covering up the bubble texture. My choice of glue here is construction adhesive. This is super tacky and hardens into a rock when dry. You can absolutely also use PVA glue here, but you're going to need some way to hold the pieces in place as you do this, such as pins or toothpicks. It takes a while longer to dry and it's not as tacky. Speaking of toothpicks, I should have used some from the start on this skinny pillar. You'll see why later. Step 4 is where we make interesting looking cliff faces. I went out for a walk in the woods nearby and scraped off bark from a fallen tree. I let it dry for a couple days before using it, and then I started attaching it. I'm not 100% sold on this technique yet, so I also tried making some of the cliff faces just using a knife and sculpting details and kind of strata lines into the rocks manually. See if you can spot the difference at the end. That is why you must use toothpicks to brace your skinny pieces. Continuing on with the bark, I had some trouble finding really good pieces to fit here, so I ended up breaking a lot of them up, and the edges were just a nightmare to get the bark around. But I did find some interesting looking pieces to serve as really sharp cliff faces, and once these are all filled in, it does look pretty nice. This piece here I dedicate to the movie Lion King. And no, this video is not sponsored by Disney. I'm making some homemade Sculptamold here. If you can still find toilet paper in stores, rip some of it up and add in 45-minute drywall compound or plaster and water to get the sculpting paste to the desired consistency. I really like this 45-minute drywall compound. The number on the bag tells you how long the working time is. You can get that 11 kilogram bag for about 20 bucks, and it's gonna last you forever. Mix this all up until it kind of looks like cottage cheese. Once you've finished applying it, wait about an hour and then come in with a wet hand and just smooth over everything that's a surface, like a top or the sides of a hill, and just get those really nice contours on it. Next step is adding some texture to the ground. So I've got some gravel here and some loose pebbles and some tile grout, which is really, really fine and dusty. I'm applying some watered down PVA glue here and just painting all the areas that I want to have this grit texture applied. I logically add the biggest rocks at the base of the cliffs and then work my way to the finest sand. And at the end you finish off with the tile grout on all of the kind of sandy, duny areas. This stuff has the right scale when applied to miniature settings for looking like sand and dirt particles. In order for all that detail work to have any shot at staying on the board, we're going to be spraying all of it down with watered down PVA glue. Oh yeah, and don't put them directly on the ground because they're going to get stuck to it. Learned that the hard way. For my paint scheme, I chose to come from a dark brown and dark red undertones to a country tan color for the highlights. One coat of spray primer followed by a mix of brown, black, and red base coat. And then I go in with progressively lighter colors, just dry brushing them on until I get that very sun-weathered look from the top and very dark in the recesses. Doesn't look like much now, but when viewed on the table, this really sells the harsh sunlight effect. I won't be using any washes on this because I already base coated everything really darkly in the recesses, and I'm just progressively dry brushing from there, so no need to complicate things. I'm really enjoying making these videos so far, and I plan on releasing a new one every week. If you like this, check out some of my other videos, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this in the future.